Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a northbound food resupply strategy. This is updated to 2023. A lot of things have changed in the last year, so I'm going to cover all that in this video. I'm going to start off by just going through all the towns and what you can find in each one of the towns. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I would tell you what I would do if I was heading northbound this year or upcoming year. For most hikers, the adventure begins in Tucson. You should start the trail with at least enough food to get you to Patagonia, which is mile 50.2. The new trail is rerouted around Patagonia, but I still believe that Patagonia is a must-stop for all Arizona thru hikers. There's 2 little convenience shops there, a few restaurants, and a couple breakfast places, and even a dispensary as well. As far as resupply goes, in Patagonia, the 2 convenience shops, one's kind of a health shop and the other's a basic convenience store. I would definitely go to the convenience store. You could get an easy top off, but I don't think that there's a full resupply in either one of those stores. The next town that you'll be approaching is Tucson. Now, Tucson is a very large city and it can be approached from many different mile markers. The first mile marker that you could access it would be 104.9, which is Saharita Trailhead. The next would be 117.3, which is Colossal Cave, and then finally 158.8, which I believe is Zimmerman Trailhead. From the Saharita Trailhead, which is mile 104.9, you can access to the small suburb of Vail. In Vail, there is a Safeway, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, there's even a little Italian pizza place. There's everything that you would need there in Vail. Unfortunately, there's not any accommodations, but that's not what this video is about. At mile 117.3, you can find Colossal Cave. Colossal Cave has a small gift shop and a small fresh food counter. They serve chicken tenders, prickly pear margaritas, prickly pear ice cream. You can even have a box mailed there. But as far as resupply goes, there is zero resupply there unless you send it to yourself. I believe they do charge to send a box there. I would call and confirm that. They also have camping for AZT hikers at that location. The next access point is 158.8, again for Tucson, and that's Gabriel Zimmerman Trailhead. You would also be getting to Vail. That would be the closest town for a resupply, which I already described previously. The next town you'll be literally walking right through is Summerhaven. This is a small little mountain town located on the top of Mount Lemmon at mile 181. In that small town, there is a basic general store, and it has a mediocre resupply. You could definitely do a top off there, but I don't think that there's a full resupply. There is a post office there that has very obscure hours for opening that you could send a box to. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is an option for you. Oracle will be the next town that you'll be approaching, and it can be accessed from 2 separate points. The first trailhead would be American Flag Trailhead, which is mile 195. I've never had any luck with that trailhead. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but if you're lucky and there's someone at that trailhead, beg them for a ride into Oracle. If you can't get a ride there, you can continue to walk another 6 miles to Highway 77, which I find is an easier hitch to get into town, mainly because it is one highway there, that Oracle access, and it's just an easier hitch in my opinion. Once you get into Oracle, the whole town's kind of spaced out. There is a post office. You could send something to you if you wanted to, but the post office is kind of located away from everything else. Within that town, there is a Dollar General, and at the Dollar General, there is a 100% full resupply. Directly next door to the Dollar General is a Circle K, and at the Circle K, there's an Amazon box there where you could possibly send a box to yourself from Amazon if you like. Certainly an option you can think about. Kearney, my favorite town in the whole Arizona Trail. That's at mile 257. This is a must stop for me. It doesn't have to be for you, but in Kearney, you can get a ride into town from the Old Time Pizza Place, give them a call, or from one of the other very friendly people that live in this town. in the town, full resupply. There's an old IGA that's got a little deli in there that'll make any fresh food that you want. Obviously, the pizza place is there, and there's a Family Dollar. If you're a cheap hiker, you can spend, I think it's $10 to spend a night over at the laundromat, where they have laundry and shower access for Arizona thru hikers, and a camp spot. Superior is the next town, which is at mile 294.3. Will require a small hitch to get you into town. In Superior itself, there are two small markets. Unfortunately, they're not really have anything for hikers. I don't even think there's a resupply there. There is a moderate top off. If you're going to Superior, it's because you want somewhere to stay for a hotel or something like that. But just hit up Al or MJ on the Trail Angel list, which will be a much better stay for you. Very accommodating Trail Angels in the Superior area. Mile 337 is Roosevelt Lake Marina. At the marina, there is a very small, for lack of another word, gift shop, and it has a very, very limited supply. There is a hiker shed that has some shade, some benches, and a little charging place for the Arizona thru hikers, and then there's a restaurant connected right next door. They charge $10 if you wanted to ship a box to this location. Additionally, if you were able to get a hitch down the road, there is a town called Pumpkin Center that has a Dollar General and an IGA that you can get a full resupply at. At mile 378, you'll be crossing the Beeline Highway, which by every single application will tell you that's the access point to Payson. I'm not sure why it's listed. It's not really a good hitch spot. It's in the middle of nowhere. Unless there's somebody at the trailhead, there's really no chance of getting a hitch. And coming back is a complete and utter nightmare. If you try to get to Payson, I recommend going to Payson from the next town access point, which is Pine, because it's a direct shot hitch and way shorter. Mile 450, you have Pine. In Pine itself, there is a small little market called Ponderosa Market that you can get a mediocre resupply there. It is a bit expensive, and that's why I tell everybody to try to hitch to Payson. It's a direct shot. It's about 16 miles hitch from this highway. I find it to be way easier to hitch from here than from the Beeline Highway. But in Payson, there's a Walmart, there's a Safeway. It's a full resupply in Payson and way cheaper accommodation if you're needing a room. Mormon Lake. This is the main reason that I had to redo this video, because the post office there is now permanently closed. This is at mile 523. And because of that, sending a package there has become very difficult. From what I've heard, you can send a package to the lodge. The Mormon Lodge has to be UPS, but they've been changing ownership, so I would definitely check before sending your package, just to make sure the way that they want to have it received. Additionally, there is a small gift shop that has a little top-off section you can do for your resupply, and there is a saloon and a small pizza place when open. Flagstaff. Now everybody goes to Flagstaff, everybody stays in a room. This is a must stop. It's a full resupply. It can be accessed from 2 points. Most people take the urban route because it's more direct to the hotels and to where you would get a resupply. I've never taken the circular route. Doesn't mean you shouldn't, but I never have. Tusayan is the next town that you'll be walking directly through, which is a gateway town to the Grand Canyon. And because of that, it is very expensive. They do have a market there that you can get a full resupply in. Unfortunately, you're going to pay dearly for it. I highly recommend to continue walking the extra 7 miles down the road to the Grand Canyon South Rim Village, where surprisingly, you can get a full resupply for a very affordable price for a national park. Mile 682, the Mather Campground in the Grand Canyon South Rim Village. As I previously mentioned, there's a market there where you can get a full resupply for a rather cheap price. There is a little post office located directly next door, and I would definitely check with the hours before sending a box there because they have very obscure hours. But in the market itself, full resupply and a make-your-own six-pack section. At the bottom of the Grand Canyon, you will pass the Phantom Ranch. At the Phantom Ranch, there's a small little gift shop that you could buy some snacks, some chips. They have lemonade and they have iced tea with refills for $1. Additionally, if you wanted to send a postcard to a family member or a loved one, you could send one from the bottom here and it will go out by mule, the only place in the United States to still do so. Once you surface out of the canyon, you'll head over to the North Rim campground where there's a nice camp spot awaiting for you. At that camp spot, they have a small general store, which has a mediocre but very expensive resupply. You could certainly top yourself off, but you're very close to the border at this point, so you might as well just grab a top off and keep on hiking. At mile 754.7, you will cross the highway that could access Jacob Lake, famously known for its cookies. At this point, you are 27 miles away from the border. If you're feeling like you need a cookie, you can certainly go over there. There's a small little gift shop that you can get top off provisionals, but definitely not a full resupply. And there's a restaurant attached as well. Sometimes in the parking lot, they have Navajo fry bread, which is very famous from this area. So please give it a try. Congratulations for sticking through this far of the video. At this point, I'm going to basically tell you how I would do a northbound resupply strategy if I was heading northbound in the upcoming season or seasons to come. I would start the trail with enough meals to get me to Tucson, the Vale exit at mile 104. I would do a slight provisional top-off in Patagonia and stop in the town because I very much love Patagonia. Like I said, I would go to Vale to do a full resupply at mile 104 at Saharita Trailhead, and that would be for the Safeway. I would continue to hike up to Summer Haven, where I would just do a small provisional top-off at the little general store there. And then after that, my next resupply spot would be Oracle, where I'll do a full resupply at the Dollar General. It has everything that I need at the Dollar General. The next resupply spot after that would be mile 257, which would be Kearney. I would resupply at the Dollar General and IGA. Between the two of them, it would be a complete resupply. After that, I would walk directly past Superior, and I would head to Roosevelt Lake Marina. At Roosevelt Lake Marina, I would choose to hitch up to Pumpkin Center and go to the Dollar General and the IGA, where between the two of those, I would be able to get a full resupply. After that, my next resupply spot would be Pine. Even though I'll be going to Pine, I'm actually going to be hitching to Payson to the Walmart, where I would get a full resupply at the Payson Walmart. From Payson, I would head up, and the next place I would go to, Big Carry here, would be to Flagstaff. I would go to Flagstaff, take the urban route, and I would resupply at the Safeway that I believe is in town. I could be wrong on that. It could be Bashas', but one of those stores. Albertsons, it's all the same. From there, I would hike from Flagstaff all the way to the south rim of the Grand Canyon, where I would do a full resupply in the South Rim Village store. After that, I would have enough food to get me to the border. I would stop in Jacob Lake just to get a cookie and celebrate that I only have 27 miles left of the trail. But that's it in a nutshell. So I appreciate your time if you stuck along this far in the video. It's greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you want to see more content like that, please hit that subscribe button. I have quite a few Arizona Trail videos on my page, so feel free to check the rest of those out. This is Cav saying out until the next adventure or the next video, guys. Take care. Peace.